Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video of S.D.V Valley, and today I'm just going to go through the cabins a little bit and just say a few things about them. To begin their story here, first of all, what I decided to do is I decided to take 2 different days in this character's world, and I decided that I was going to go to the Skull Caverns. One, I just kind of, whatever I had on my character at the time, I was just going to go to the Skull Cavern and run through the Skull Caverns as far as I could. The other time is actually prepping for Skull Caverns, and I kind of wanted to see what the difference was, how far I can get with either way, which one is the better way. I mean, obviously it's better to prep, but I also thought that, well, maybe I can just kind of run into the Skull Caverns whenever I feel like it and see what happens. Well, needless to say, the Skull Caverns have a way of humbling people when they think that they know what they're doing. So what I decided to do is I went into the Skull Caverns. I took all of my tools that I had on me, like every single tool, even though it's probably better to leave them behind. I only had a handful of bombs. I think I had like 40 bombs. I had a couple salads. I think I had like 30 salads, and I had like a spicy eel, and I think that was about it. And then a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. And I just went through it. I was like, okay, well, I got bombs. As I go through the Skull Cavern, I can go and find some more. Or I can go and build more bombs. Or, you know, if I get enough stone, I can go and build some staircases, that type of deal. And, of course, I just did what I normally do. I had my galaxy weapon with me. And I just kind of went through it. A lot of the time we got these weird levels like this one right here, which I really don't like this specific level. So I think almost any time that you find this level when you're in the Skull Caverns, it's probably better to bypass it with a flight of stairs. But that's just my personal opinion. At this point, I'm still learning the game. I have a lot of characters. I think I have like 7, 8, 9 or 10 characters now. And I have them across 3 or 4 different profiles on top of, PlayStation, Xbox, tablet, and iPhone. So yeah, I have them in 4 different versions of the game as well. And I have multiple characters with each version of the game. I will say the mobile version of the game, if you have a tablet or an iPad, it's a lot more fun than trying to play it on an actual like cell phone because the screen's so small. The tablet or the iPad, you know, it's a touch screen. It's easy to get through, doing what you had to do with everything. And your character seems to kind of fight for themselves when there's like an auto attack when you're in the Skull Cavern, the mines, or whatever, which may or may not be convenient to you. I think what might be a good idea is to use a controller that is Bluetooth ready and actually use a controller on the iPad or the tablet. That's just what I've noticed. So that's just a little thing that I've learned over this S.D.V Valley voyage of mine. But yeah, so I'm just going through these levels, and I have pretty much 2 full days of these levels. I'm going through the Skull Caverns, so I'm not sure if I'm going to actually like record the whole half hour. I don't know if I should. I think that's going to get really irritating. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed it up to about double or triple speed, save a little bit of time, and save you from getting super bored. And then I'm just going to talk over it because that just makes more sense to me. All this stuff that you're seeing now is stuff that I recorded a couple weeks back, and I'm just getting to editing today. But I do remember doing all this, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I felt going through all this stuff. So, yeah, let's just speed this up real quick. Okay, so on this level, this is level 36, so I'm close again to level 40. I started finding iridium ore and stuff like that, which I was looking for. I was also looking for prismatic shards, of course, and some stuff like that. So what I did is I just did what anyone did. I took whatever bombs I had. I started blowing stuff up. I'm going through all the levels. I'm trying to get down to the ladders as quickly as possible. Going through all these things, blowing stuff up instead of pickaxing everything, because one thing that I've learned over doing all this is that pickaxing stuff, it takes a long time. And then I got to this level right here. This level is one of those dinosaur levels, and there's no easy way to get through one of these levels without a ladder of some sorts. So you get a staircase, and you just want to kind of skip this level if you're in a rush. Try to get as far down into the mines as possible, or the caverns as possible. And I didn't have any my staircases, so what I had to do is I had to very slowly go through this whole level, and I had to take a burn of a bunch of attacks, and I had to go and kill everything before way down opened up. This is one of the lessons that I learned, that hey, having a couple of extra staircases on your person is pretty important, especially if you really want to get down low into the Skull Caverns, start getting the better stuff, the iridium ores, the prismatic shards, the rare gems, that type of stuff. So, I kind of realized that was probably a bad idea, that I didn't have any staircases at that point. Here we made it to level 44, but it's already 12:10 p.m. So I only had a couple hours to try to get through as far down as I could. And I really thought that I would be able to get to at least level like 50 or level 80 or something without the staircases. I've seen people do it, and I figured that with a little bit of luck I could probably do the same thing. However, that wasn't the case in this time right here. So, once again, I kind of screwed my own Skull Cavern dive by not having them staircases. And, I'm not great at the Skull Cavern yet. I'm still learning. Kind of like juggling with, okay, the bombs, which one should I really be using? Should I use these mega bombs? Should I use the regular ones? Should I actually get the slingshot and try to use that little explosive ammo type stuff? I'm not really good with the slingshot. Maybe that's something I need to work on. But it's something that I actually had to reflect. And here we are, we passed out. So the next day after we woke up, it was a mildly perturbed day. And I figured, okay, well, we're not going to chance it going into the Skull Cavern today. Maybe we'll check it tomorrow, see if tomorrow is a little bit better. So we're just going to kind of do some random stuff around the farm and talk to people and all that other good stuff for today. And then tomorrow we'll check the Skull Caverns again, see if they're worth going through. And so that's what I did. The next day, I went to the Skull Cavern somewhere a little bit in the afternoon after I did a couple things that needs to get done. Just to test my luck. And shortly after I went into the Skull Caverns, I found a prismatic shard. I'm like, okay, well, cool. Nice. There it is. All right. So let's go back and let's grab a few things to actually make this a bit of a run. Let's see how far we can get with a half a day's work and some staircases. So I went back to the farm, grabbed up my stuff that I needed, and went back to the Skull Caverns after. I'm going to speed this up. We'll get back to the Skull Caverns real quick, and then we'll continue from there. So before we get back to the Skull Caverns, I'm just going to show you really quick that it says that it's a really happy day. So great. Luck should be on our side. And here we are. I cut a big portion of this out because I'm just going through each level by using staircases, and I'm just going down level by level by level until we get to the lower levels where we can find richer iridium and other things. I mean, the enemies, they do get a little bit stronger, so make sure that you do have some sort of food to kind of bring your health back up when necessary. And at least I think they get stronger. They feel like they get stronger the farther I go down, especially when you start getting to them big purple bats and all that. And so just when you go to the Skull Caverns, bring some food with you. And we're just going through all these different levels. Let's get to where I kind of started actually blowing stuff up and mining. Before I continue, I did want to stop here because this is where I got the prismatic shard finally. It was level 87. I finally got my first prismatic shard on a good luck day. So anyway, skipped a couple more levels. Now we're at level 108. We're going to go level 108, 109, all the way down, farther down, so on and so forth. See what we can get at the end of the day. So 108 and 109 were fine. I just went through them real fast. And then, once again, on level 110, I found my next prismatic shard. Eat some stuff real quick, go down. Here we are. Boom. Second prismatic shard. So, yeah, the moral of the story, that at least what I found out, is pretty much the deeper you go down, the better chances you have of getting prismatic shards. And yeah, I was picking up iridium pretty well. I was also fighting some more enemies, that type of thing. And I know that with using a lot of staircases. Some people, they look at that and they're like, that's kind of cheating. Well, it's really taking all that time to either manufacture them yourselves. They're 99 pieces of stone a piece, or saving up all of those jades and then trading them all to the Calico Desert Merchant on, I think it was Sundays. Either way, it takes time, especially if you only have one crystallarium, where you don't have the recipe for crystallariums yet or all that stuff. It takes time to get everything set up. So I know it's kind of a pain in the butt to do it that way. But, hey, getting that far down into the mines, it's kind of worth spending the extra time to get that more valuable loot. So for the rest of this run, I don't know if I got any more prismatic shards. I just basically did what everyone else did. I started running out of staircases, and I figured, well, I already got a couple prismatic shards, so that's a plus. We'll use them for a couple things. And then for the rest of the run, I'm just going to do the normal run around the level, blow some stuff up, try to find either holes or ladders, go down them, staircases, whatever the heck, and blow up some enemies, get some more loot from them, and just do it until late in the day, go home, store my stuff, sell some of this stuff, make a little bit of money, do your thing. Went through for a while, kept on eating spicy eels that the enemies dropped, went from level to level, blew some stuff up, blew some enemies up, rinse, repeat it, find staircases, go down them, find holes, go down them, rinse, repeat, blow some more stuff up, eat some more stuff because you got beat up, so on and so forth. And we just keep on doing that until, I believe I kept on doing that until level 131. I think that's where I stopped. So yeah, I'm going just through all this stuff, and here's these bats that were giving me a bit of a hard time. I don't know if that's my character's level or if they're just more difficult enemies. I'm not really 100% sure. But at this point, it was getting a little bit late in the day. I wanted to get home back to the farm before my character collapsed out of exhaustion. So yeah, I just started mining a few things. I don't know. I try to avoid some of those mummies because they're kind of annoying unless you have a crusader weapon. They're just a pain in the butt because then you drop into the ground and then you have to use a bomb of some sorts to blow them up. It's I don't know. It's kind of annoying. They irritate me some, but it's just something that you have to deal with while you go through the skull caverns until you get a crusader's weapon. I don't have one yet, but when you finally get one, hey, it's worth it. So I think at this point I was also running out of bombs, and that also made me decide to conclude my skull cavern run for the day, and then I'll go back to the farm, stock up again, get ready for another dive at a later time. So that's what I decided to do, and I guess that concludes it. So what I learned is that it really is a much better idea to go to the skull caverns already prepared, and it's probably better to go on good luck days. However, with this character, for some reason, I find that I have better luck on mildly perturbed days sometimes. I don't know why. But anyway, with that whole travel, all the levels of the skull cavern or whatever, I came out with 3 prismatic shards. Not a big haul, but it's better than nothing. And it's just it's something that you learn. Like, it is kind of a pain in the butt to find them. It's a struggle to find them in the beginning of the game or the middle of the game. Near the end of the game, you start getting some better stuff and better gear. Maybe your enemies start exploding depending on what ring you have, that type of stuff. And the Soul Cavern has become a lot easier. So from my experience, it's just get yourself ready, get yourself prepped. Make sure you have more stuff than what you think you're going to need for the Skull Caverns. Try to keep an eye on the time. And I think that's all I have. I was able to cut a good 36 minutes down to half that for you. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for stopping in. I always appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. You all have a good evening, morning, or afternoon, whatever it is where you're at. And I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.